All right, we've got another lifter who has had his bench progress stuck for a while. He says that as he trains leading up to the meet, he sees a steady increase, tops out around 295, and then after the meet, there's a steady decrease down to about 275. He says his top bench has been stuck at 295 for kind of a while, and what steps do I think that he needs to take to get it moving? And he sent in a video for technical analysis. So let's start there. It is a bit difficult to see what's going on here. Like I can't see your elbows or bar path. Well, I can see bar path, of course, but I can't see what's going on in your upper body to create that. But from what I can tell here, I wouldn't mind seeing you arc that bar back over your shoulders a bit sooner. So instead of it coming back up in a slant that looks kind of like this, that it would get back over your shoulders and then go more straight up. So a bit of a, I don't know, I guess you'd call that an S-bend. It doesn't need to be as dramatic as I'm highlighting it here, but just get the bar back over your shoulders a bit sooner. You know, that's not a huge criticism, but it's something that could be helpful when you're grinding out a big weight. As it comes off your chest and, you know, you get to that lower mid-range sticking point, drift the bar back over your shoulders and flare your elbows, and that'll help it keep moving. So with that in mind, what I see here from a weakness analysis standpoint should all be things that the program's designed to address. So I don't think you need to make any big changes to your programming. I also wanted to take a look at your progress page. By the way, good job keeping a training log. That allows us to look back over this time frame and see what the character of your training has been. And it's going to make a huge difference in terms of being able to diagnose this problem for you. So what we're looking at here is your bench over the last year. And I see that you're totally correct, that your bench increases for, it has an increasing trend for a fairly stable amount of time, up to around 295. And then it has a decrease for a fairly stable amount of time down to about 265. You mentioned 275, and I guess that's kind of more where the moving average would be. But yeah, I see the trend that you're talking about totally. You're not making it up. What I would recommend that you do is to run block reviews on your training for the last year. Specifically look at these periods of time where your bench was seeing steady increases, steady decreases, stagnations, even more long-term, more long-term trends. So you're going to be running a number of different block reviews, and then analyze those based on what kinds of lifts are showing up in those training blocks, how those lifts are being trained. So what you would be looking for is these periods of decline. What's your training like during these periods of decline? Are you doing high rep work? Is there, a certain set of assistance exercises that are in place? And the same sort of thing for the periods of improvement. Okay. And if you can identify things that seem to be consistent, so every time I have a period of decline, which there's, really 3 real notable periods of decline. What are the commonalities between those periods? And then the periods of improvement, which there are at least 3 that I would look at. What are the commonalities there? You should start to get a good idea of what's producing positive effects for your bench, and then what's maybe not producing such positive effects. If you can let me know that, then we can make changes to your training group. We can make recommendations to change or modify the training in the group that you're in, changes to exercise selection, and so on. We can do a lot of things different, and that will give us more ideas on other things to try in terms of exercise selection and so on. So looking through those block reviews is going to be really helpful for you. So let me know what you find out.